Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. Today we're going to talk about breathing. So simple. Just release a little bit. Breathe. Just in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. That's box breathing. That's one of the basics. It's one of the very, very basic ones. But you get into something like a Fitbit or a Garmin. I don't know which one I had last. I go through these things. I think they're neat, and then I can't really tolerate them. So 6 minutes is what the basic breathing exercise was. 6 minutes of box breathing. I'm like, that's great. That's cool. Like it's actually cool. 6 minutes of box breathing is really good for you. If you can actually push the exhalations and push the hold on the exhalation for a little extra, like if you could tune it to do it in for 4, hold for 4, out for 5, hold for 6, in for 4, that would actually be really good, like breath-wise. That'd be awesome. But 6 minutes that's not what you need for a release. What we're talking about here is a relax, release, let it go, be in your center, get yourself together. 1 hour of meditation, 5 hours of meditation. You get these crazy guys who are like, oh yeah, I did this, it was so cool, I meditated for 9 hours in a snowy mountainside. Ooh, I am the man. I don't care, okay? I don't care. What we need, what you need, what I need, what most people need is to just chill out and energize. That doesn't take 6 minutes. It doesn't take 9 hours. It doesn't take an hour. It takes like 3 breaths. Okay? If you're really good, it takes 1 breath. Just I can lose myself in that. So, sorry. I can totally go off into the clouds for the next hour. That's just where I'm at. So, 6 minute box breathing is too much. You don't have the time for that. You get stressed out. You need to remember yourself, cancel the stress, release the stress, get on with things in a happy and positive way. You don't have time for a 6 minute break every 5 minutes. No! But you can do 3 breaths. You can do 2 breaths. You can do 1 breath. I like 3. 3 is a really good number. Everything comes in 3s. It's kind of a cool thing. I don't know why. I always try to make my lists into 3 things, 3 rules, 3 breaths. But 1 breath can do it. I can do it in 1 breath. I can just, the moment I start, it's already happened. It's already a success the moment I start the breathe to release process. So it's very simple, so I have to do all this complex explaining, right? To make the simplicity show. You don't need 6 minutes. You don't need 15 minutes. You don't need anything. I've got a person in my practice for whom life is so institutionally stressful, and this is life or death stuff. So it makes sense. This isn't some weird thing. This is emergency room stuff. Lock yourself in a toilet stall. Set a timer for 90 seconds, and get back to yourself. Okay. Really big deal. You got to give yourself permission to relax. This is a little different. What we're talking about here is just a release. You're stressed up. You're in your head. You're stressed out. You're not worrying about right action. You're not worried about intuitive action, flowing with your intent. You're worried about what's going to come next. You're worried about a meeting. You're worried about a job, goal, whatever it is. Release it. It takes some people 20, 30, 40 breaths, 50 breaths, and then you get distracted and you have to remember what you're doing and all that. That's great. Meditation practice is awesome and it's totally fine. What we're doing right now is 3 breaths. If you need to take every 5 minutes of your life and take 3 breaths and just release, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to conceptualize, breathe in. What's the thing? What is it? Just hold it in your head. Put it outside of you, okay? Hold it in your imagination, not in your head. Hold it in your imagination. Get a picture of it. Get a picture, get a word, get a sphere. If you can't picture it, just a storm cloud of stress. Like I've put that out here in front of me several times. There's just a storm cloud of stress. That's the vision. Just something to visualize, conceptualize what it is. That's breath 1. Breath 2. Okay? Breath 2. It's gonna be okay. Whether that's visual, whether you just say it in your head, whether you have to phrase it differently, it's gonna be resolved. It will resolve. Everything's cool. It's all good. Basically, for me, everything's cool is kind of like the default phrase. Everything's cool. You know, but visualize success. Visualize jumping up and down. Just visualize, yeah, jumping like you're winning. Anything, but it has to be fast. It has to be one breath fast. Short, simple, quick visualization. Boom. Situation, boom. Okay? Resolution. And it could just be cancel. You could be like, cancel. That's the thing. Whatever the problem is, just cancel. If it's a negative thought, something that's just cancel it. Cancel the negativity, you know, or acceptance. Accept, allow. Simple word. Word, vision, phrase. Whatever it is, it's just got to be emblematic so you can just do it in a breath. Just. And then the third one is just release. The third breath is just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? I condense all this into one breath. In fact, it goes so fast that it's done before I start the breath. Like, you boom. It takes a tenth of a second to do all this with practice. Don't worry about the practice. This is not a contest. If it takes you 3 hours of doing this every 5 or 10 minutes to get through it, that's totally fine. Your mind is training. Your mind will learn to do what you want it to do. Relax. Don't worry about it. Everyone has a different path. Everyone has different words. Everyone has different stuff. You know, for me, in the current state of where I'm at, yeah, about a tenth of a second, just boom. And then the breath, and it just flows and it goes out. Golden cord. You can send whatever it is down a cord, coming out of your spine into the center of the earth. Send it down there. You can get it back when you need it. You need that stress, you need that problem, you can get it back. It's down there in storage. You can just release it out and just know, now's not the time. I can get it back when I need it. I can have that stress back when I need it. Something you may need to remind yourself of. That's a big one. You know, that's not a breath counting thing. You can do that in second breath. You can do that in third breath. You can mess with this any way you want to. But yeah, let it go. Be like, I can have that problem when it's time. Right now, other things to do, other things to be, other places to be, other ways to be, other awarenesses to be. Okay, just let it go. 3 breaths. 1 breath. You can do this in 1 breath. I don't care. That's fine. Do it in 1 breath. You know, if you can do it in a tenth of a second, do it in a tenth of a second. You know, I don't really break it down this way. I'm trying to break it down into baby steps. But just let it go. Just, what is it? Let it go. If you don't have a thing and you're just kind of all up in your head and you're stressed, just let it go. Let it go. Be where you are. Be who you are. Focus on a sensation, a single sensation of the breath in your nostril, the sound of the air leaving your mouth. I usually do this hum-saw style, so in through the nose, out through the mouth, with the tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. That's usually how I do it. It just gets more air out. It's useful for me because I do have some lung damage and stuff, so it's actually a good way for me to breathe, force the exhalations. Let it go, man. Let it go. Everyone has time for 1 breath or 3 breaths. Make it simple. You know, if you've got a thing that's actually bothering you, identify it, visualize it okay, and release it. This doesn't magically mean that you don't have to pay your mortgage. All the materialist wackos out there. Oh, visualization's horrible. No. So we're not trying to magic your mortgage away. What we're doing is we're trying to align your intense and your mental activity and your spirit consciousness activity so that you're doing something positive or being in a way that is positive. Stressing out about your mortgage and not releasing it doesn't do a damn thing for you, except make you old really fast. So release it. Visualize the resolution, whichever way you want it, and then release. Let go of it. Get it out of your mind. And go to whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're being. That's it. Simple. Took me 11 minutes to describe this to you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's all there is to it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 1 breath, 3 breaths. You can do this all the time. Make it a habit. Make it something that you do all the time. Whenever something comes up that's a distraction or a stressor, identify it. Give it permission to exist and let it go. All right? Stay sideways and have a beautiful